Hello guys, welcome back to another Squealing Guitars video. As you can see, we're in a different environment today. We've made the trip to Nottingham City Guitars and they've given us permission to check out some of their vintage stock as well as their own brand NCG guitars. Today's video we're going to be checking out a Gibson 335 from 1967. So let's get it off the wall and check it out. So guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be checking out this beautiful 1967 Gibson 335. As you can see, this is a vintage example, so we've got some really nice natural wear on this guitar. So let's break down the specs. So just like most 335s, the body is made out of laminated maple, and we have a maple center block running through this guitar, making it a semi-hollow electric Spanish guitar. Moving on to the neck, in the 60s we get a mahogany neck with quite a thin profile. This one also has quite a narrow nut width, and we have a rosewood fingerboard. We have dot inlays on this one, which is a very strange spec for the era, and we have a vintage style nylon nut. Moving on to the headstock, we've got the crown inlay as you'd usually see on a Gibson 335, and this just has a lovely kind of patinaed cherry finish. You can see there's a little bit of buckle rash, the binding has kind of aged to this beautiful yellow, which is the patina, but the hardware looks really good on this one. I believe we have the T-top humbuckers in this guitar, and I have to say that the finish on this guitar is just beautiful. It has a really nice kind of dark Merlot cherry colour, and the checking on this guitar is just beautiful. I really like where it's worn through to the wood in areas. It just looks amazing. In terms of the specs that we have on here, we obviously have the ABR1 bridge and a stop tailpiece, but I was reliably informed that these were actually shipped with a trapeze tailpiece, which I'll put on the screen now, and it's actually had a Bigsby on it in its life. You can see these two little holes in the finish there, which we call the snake bite. It's got the specs of a 60s 335, so the reflective style knobs on here. We've got the three-way switch, we've got the shorter guard instead of the longer guard that you see in the 50s. It's been suspected that the fretboard has been replaced over time as we have dot inlays on this instead of the block inlays that you would typically see on this era, but it also could have been a custom order from Gibson. You can see the headstock is very different to the modern Gibson headstock, and these clues-on Gibson Deluxe tuners have really aged over time. That headstock looks amazing. You've got the crown inlay there. Also, the nut width is slightly smaller on these guitars, which I actually think is really nice. A little bit easier to play, especially if you have smaller hands. In terms of the profile, I would say we have kind of like a slim taper on this. It's very, very easy to play, very nice and slim, classic kind of 60s profile. So as I mentioned, this is a 1967 coming in at £6,300, and it has the fitted hard case included. This is very much like a player's guitar because obviously you've got a lot of finish blemishes and obviously the replacement. You've also got new tuning machines on here as well. So guys, welcome to the tone demonstration. For this section of the video, I'm just going to do some simple tones on each of the pickups. For today's video, I'm using a Cornell amplification 112. So let's start off with the neck pickup. I've got a fairly clean sound dialed in with a little bit of reverb. This is the neck pickup. The middle position, that's the neck and the bridge. Finally, the bridge pickup. Now that I've gone over all the tones that this guitar can produce, I'm just going to have a little jam and have a bit of fun on this beautiful vintage 1967 335. So as you can hear by that tone demo, this guitar holds tune really nicely for a vintage guitar. Even in the higher register here, these chords are perfectly intonated, especially on that gravity solo when I was going. You can hear that root note is still in tune, the third is in tune. A lot of guitars struggle to get that third in tune at the bass where the guitar's made to be played. So I'm very impressed by this guitar. In terms of the way it feels, it's got this beautiful checkered finish all over it. It feels very different to the recreations that Gibson make. It feels a lot more organic, a lot more like a piece of wood, if that makes sense. Like the neck has almost had all of its finish wiped off, and it just feels incredible, and the checking makes it look like a masterpiece. So guys, what would I rate this guitar out of 10? I have to say this is going into my 10 out of 10 category. This is an incredible guitar to play. It just resonates so nicely, obviously with that semi-hollow construction. It's very loud in the room. And it plays very differently to 335s that I've played in the past. It has a lot more resonance, it has a lot more, I don't know, a little bit more treble on through the amp. It has a really nice sound to it, and it was a pleasure to play. The action's nice and low as well, so very easy to fret. So yeah, I'm going to give this guitar a 10 out of 10. But most importantly guys, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of this 1967 Gibson 335? Do you like it or not? Let me know in the comment section below. And whilst you're down there, make sure to leave a like rating on this video so we can get more views on these videos. And make sure to head over to Nottingham City Guitars to check out this guitar on sale. Also make sure to give them a subscribe and follow their Instagram account as they put out some pretty cool content. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for another episode. But until then, keep rocking guys. I'll see you soon.